What's going on, y'all? Today, I'm going to be sharing how to unlock tech job offers through networking and interview prep. I'm Tech Bag Trey. Let's get it. You got to get into tech. All right, networking strategy. In the tech industry, any industry, but specifically the tech industry, it's extremely important to make sure you're networking. All right, or if you already have a network, make sure you go back through it. You never know. Keep tabs on people. You never know what industry they're in, what role they're in, what company they're at, right? You could already know someone who's at the company you're trying to get at, and all they have to do is say a word saying like, hey, I know a person, and boom, you're in there just like that. And you didn't have to do half the work that most people do, right? There is a such thing as nepotism, but I always say, if you don't like it, become it, right? Help somebody else get in.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Do that for somebody else. Ultimately, relationships do matter, and if you know someone, it can change the trajectory of not only your life, but just literally one word can change everything for you. So networking can definitely help in the remote job hunting process. If you don't know anyone, you went through your contacts, you went through everybody you know, and you're like, nobody's doing that. Start connecting online. LinkedIn, it's a great place to connect. It's a great place to build a network. That's what it's for. So get on there, start posting a little bit about what you're into, what you're looking to get into, all the articles and things that pop up, repost those, get on people's pages that are actually talking about these things and conversate with them, build relationships, go and follow and be a part of recruiters who are in that industry that you're trying to get into or that work for that company. Go talk to them, be on their things. You never know. Sometimes recruiters are literally posting like, hey, we're looking for this type of person. If you've already been in contact with them, you've already been conversating with them, guess what's going to happen when your name pops back up in their LinkedIn post saying, hey, I'm interested? They're going to instantly connect with your name because why? You've been conversating with them for the last 2 months. So you've been commenting on their posts. You've been liking their stuff. You've been reaching out. Connect. Your network is your network. Remember that. This episode is brought to you by Course Careers. You've been thinking about getting into a new career and going into tech. Now is the time. Course Careers is the easiest and most cost-effective way to do it. And the best part is there's no degree required. Click the link in the description below or scan the QR code. And if you want to support the channel, use the code TREY50 at checkout for $50 off. Look, everybody wins. Let's get back to the show. All right, the next one is interview preparation. So when it comes to preparing for remote tech jobs and the interview, it's literally the same as if you were going in. You want to know something about that company. Don't go in blindly and just not knowing anything about the company, not knowing anything about the job role, really. Y'all be surprised. There are people who, hey, I saw the dollar amount that this job was offering, I'm applying for it. And then they get into the interview and they don't know a lick about the industry. Y'all, I'm telling you this. You can do that in corporate America. You can fudge your resume. You can act like you don't know the information. You can say things like, yeah, I'm aware of this. My job didn't do it this way. So, I just want to learn the way y'all do it, right? There are people who do that. That can work everywhere else. In the tech industry, right? Some of these roles that you're going for, you're going to have to show them that you know this information in the interview. So if you get there and they ask you certain things, or you're taking a test, or you're having to do a mock call, if you don't know certain things, they're gonna know pretty quick. And guess what? You ain't getting that job. So make sure you're prepared on what kind of role you're going after. Make sure you know a little bit about the company, right? When were they established? Who's the CEO right now? Like, right? Who are you even talking to in the interview? What's their mission statement? You don't necessarily have to know it by heart, but these are things, if you really want to stand out in the interview, how can you correlate their mission statement with some of your answers that you're saying inside of the interview? These are all things that stand out and make a difference, right? And that's what you're looking for, that slight edge. There's a book called The Slight Edge. That's what you need. The winner of the Kentucky Derby horse race, doesn't matter if it's 0.2 of a millisecond. Think about that. The slight edge. So outside of that, also some other tips is it could be a remote position, but sometimes they might have you drive in to the office to do the interview. So if that's the case, maybe a few days before the actual interview or the day before, drive out to the actual location. Make sure you know exactly where it is. You know, it'd be ridiculous for you to try and guide your way there and then you realize, like, I don't know where this building is located. Now you're running short on time. Guess what? You're gonna come in the interview flustered, rushing, and that's just not a good space you want to be in. You know, if I can help it, I don't want to rush to do anything. I want to take my time. I want to be as calm as possible. Why? My mind is clear. I can think better. It's not flustered and cluttered with everything else. So show up a little early, a day or two early, learn the navigation, how to get there, and you'll be good to go. Oh, I forgot. So even if it's a Zoom interview, y'all, listen to me. Please dress appropriately. You know, sometimes you talk to recruiters and they tell you some stories, man. People show up on these Zoom interviews, right? Just because it's on the camera and they show up looking any kind of way. You still want to dress up, right? Even if it's just from the top up, okay? I'm not judging, but at least put on an iron shirt, dress presentably, make sure your background is tidy and, you know, don't have a lot of stuff in there. Because guys, these people are looking at that. How you present yourself, all of that matters, right? So you want to make sure you just do the little thing. Remember, the slight edge.